Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Marianas Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. A CNMI congressional committee urges the U.S. Congress to reopen Chinese travel to the CNMI. Also tonight, MVA, monitoring the decline in airline arrivals, plans to diversify its tourist base. And this May, a proclamation is signed without corrections at the Department of Corrections. In sports, a Japanese basketball team dives into the grotto. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
I love Marianas coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Let your people know. When it comes to the pickle to chicken ratio, some people, they playing in your face, but not the McCrispy.
Half a day, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth. You are watching the Channel 2 News today on May the 7th from our studio high up on Capitol Hill. With the CNMI tourism industry on the brink of potential disaster and due to a new, not yet definable Homeland Security vetting process, Chinese travel to the CNMI has been all but eliminated. What can the CNMI legislature do about this? Well, the House Standing Committee on Federal and Foreign Affairs has penned a letter. With travel from China running virtually on empty, the Marianas legislature is backing CNMI Representative Kimberlyn King-Hinds' request to the U.S. Department of Transportation to restore compliance with Annex 6 and to update its request to include EVS TAP processing. B.J. Atau, Committee Chair.
This is a Federal and Foreign Affairs Committee meeting. We're speaking on the Senate Joint Resolution 24-1 that was passed by the Senate a few months ago. And during that period, they're discussing the Annex 6 and requesting our federal partners to lift the Annex 6 in regards to transportation from mainland China to the CNMI. But currently, we have other issues facing the CNMI with the EVS TAP that was happened in the last couple months or last couple weeks, right? And so that's a concern to the CNMI because that's also a way of vetting passengers to come to CNMI, even with our direct flights that are currently available from China or even connecting flights via Hong Kong to the CNMI.
The Annex 6 provision of the U.S.-China Air Transport Agreement of 2007 allows for non-visa travel between China and the CNMI.
The EVS TAP, that's new to the CNMI, so we don't know why it's taking them long to vet these tourists from the CNMI, and it's actually costing the travel agencies here in the CNMI because the seats have already been purchased, and a lot of these seats that have been purchased are like 3 to 4 days travel. They get to the CNMI and back, and if they delay them, every day they delay, that's a backlog of potential tourists that we're going to be receiving here in the CNMI.
Economic Vitality and Security Travel Authorization Program, EVS TAP, was created through 902 consultations during the first Trump administration. Its purpose was to expedite visa vetting for Chinese tourists to the CNMI. However, due to COVID, it wasn't implemented until recently.
The committee had agreed that we need to amend the joint resolution to include the EVS TAP language into the resolution so that we kill two birds with one stone.
In pre-COVID 2019, there were around 180,000 Chinese tourists visiting the CNMI. In 2024, CNMI saw 17,000 Chinese visitors, down 90% and about to fall to almost zero.
We're working on the joint resolution itself so that we can see what we can do to help our economic issues here in the CNMI.
With an EVS TAP program that may be tapped out, along with airline cuts from Korea, the Marianas could be a bit quiet this summer. Chris Nelson reports.
Tourism officials say arrivals this summer will fall further as airlines are cutting service. This week, Hong Kong Airlines stopped flying, and both T-Ways and Jeju are cutting flights.
Unfortunately, it is going to get worse. June is going to be one of the worst months that we've had in a while. We're only going to be getting one flight from Korea daily versus the normal 3 flights daily.
June is typically low season, and air service is expected to return for the back end of summer.
After June, we're going to get back, T-Way and Jeju will start resuming their flights during the peak seasons. And then, we've already gotten notification that at certain low seasons throughout the rest of the year, they might suspend their flights temporarily and then resume it again during the peak season.
Prior to the pandemic, close to 20,000 Chinese citizens visited Saipan in a month. Number nowadays are still about 80% off of that, but the worry now is the market could go away.
Is this the end of Chinese tourism for the CNMI?
Well, it will definitely impact a huge selling point that we have, which is we are basically the only U.S. destination that has visa-free travel for Chinese citizens, and that has been a huge sell for our destination.
Just over a month ago, federal officials suddenly stopped processing the paperwork that has allowed Chinese citizens to visit the NMI.
We still want to have Chinese visitors to our destination. They truly enjoy it. And, there are different discussions going on, like how we would like to resolve this issue. It is something that came as a result of the 902 discussions that we had a couple years ago. So we want to resolve that, but we also can start looking at ways to diversify if we can focus on attracting people that do have U.S. visas.
One country that is on the radar, India.
And they shared that our destination would be something that the affluent Indian traveler would be looking for. They're looking for exclusivity. They're looking to get away from crowds.
Whereas the governor and lieutenant governor attend the Department of Corrections proclamation, DOC Commissioner Anthony Torres therefore promotes his officers and employees. With the month of May comes the onset of spring, represented so well by our budding flame trees, and the CNMI month of proclamation signings. On Monday, a proclamation honoring correctional officers and employees of the DOC. Sergeant Patrick Camacho.
The month of May is the busiest month of the year. We have lots of proclamation signing. Maybe governor, lieutenant governor, you should have deacon lieutenant and deacon governor. So you don't have to be here, there, and here. There's even your assistant, maybe me. Well, yes, the month of May is the busiest month of the year. Again, everyone, congratulations on the month of May.
And lots of color guards and the singing of anthems, the pomp, the circumstance, the whereas, and the wherefore.
Whereas the duties of correctional officers and employees have become increasingly complex, very demanding and challenging, and they often do not receive the recognition they deserve.
But also the substance. Today's signing coincides with the recognition of DOC promotions among its ranks. DOC Commissioner Anthony Torres.
as we gather here to kick off and celebrate Correctional Officers and Employees Week by having the proclamation signing, recognize our newly promoted leaders, and introduce the launching of our residential substance abuse treatment program. I am filled with immense pride and gratitude for the dedication and resilience each of you brings to our agency every day. Your commitment not only impacts the lives within our facilities, but also contributes profoundly to the fabric of our communities. I am proud to report to you both that we have restored trust in our Northern Mariana Islands DOC. We have restored trust in our adult facility. We have restored trust in our Manhoban Care Center. We have restored trust in our outreach program. And we have restored trust in our parole division. We will remain vigilant and consistent with our efforts to maintain this trust.
And whereas the officers were honored, and whereas the employees were fed, all were therefore committed to attending to the continuing duties that undoubtedly await. Coming up, the first graduating class in solid waste management. And welcome to Saipan, says adios to La Señora de la Luna, Selena.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
Let your people know. When it comes to the pickle to chicken ratio, some people, they playing in your face, but not the McCrispy.
Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They're an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the sea turtle stranding hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle.
La Señora de la Luna.
The king is back like prodigal. I gave him time, it's been too long. I never politic, if I want it, I'ma get mine. Never fake the funk, can't perform for your empire. Snatch him out the throne, make them all fall in line. I let the clock tick, count down, cause I'm on the headline, the deadline. I'm ahead time, the rare kind. I'm a living legend, lethal weapon, mastermind. Big time.
At Marianas Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
When I think of you sometime, want to spend some time with you, just the two of us.
Premium office space is available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Features include dedicated parking, fast internet, backup power, good water, and natural light throughout to go along with the very best views on Saipan. So don't settle for space when you can get peace and peace of mind. Call Hermosa Vista today at 483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Welcome back. You're watching the Wednesday night edition of the Channel 2 News. Oh, visitors, locals alike, for your information, the Garapan Street Market is back. Thursday evenings at Garapan Fishing Base from 5 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. for an exciting evening of food, fun, and, its local flair. See you there. NMI Tech graduates in waste management do not waste any time in celebrating their achievement. Thursday morning at the Crown Plaza, supporters and family, teachers and administrators greet the 19 graduates of the inaugural program. Benjamin Babauta, Program Director for NM Tech.
We are doing an award ceremony for the Solid Waste Management Training Program. It is in partnership with OPD and DPW, and it includes students from Saipan, Tinian, and Rhoda.
So are these students that are going to be graduating into what business?
So these students are actually employees of DPW. We are training them and upskilling them in transfer station operations, sanitation, and the landfill operations.
Instructor James Benavente.
We celebrate more than just the end of a training program. We celebrate your commitment to a vital but often overlooked role in our community, and that is managing waste the right way. Landfill operations are at the core of environmental protection. When properly done, they safeguard public health, preserve our natural resources, and ensure our islands remain livable for future generations. As you receive your certificates and recognition today, remember you are now part of the frontline team that keeps our environment safe. The work you do every day makes a difference, and your leadership will inspire others to take pride in doing things the right way.
A solid congratulations given to the graduates, instructors, and administrators alike. In this week's Your Humanities Half-Hour, he first arrived as a Peace Corps volunteer in 1974, and 50 years later, volunteers to return. Dennis Vander Teague was a university history and philosophy major when he joined the Peace Corps in 1974. He served as an aide to then village commissioners, helping to navigate the transition into Western governance. 50 years is a long time.
I was thinking the island would not be the same, and that might be a shock, knowing that the island is not going to be the same as it was 50 years ago or 45 years ago. Thinking about the infrastructure changes and the building changes. What's lovely about coming back, and it summed it up with your welcoming me at the very beginning, is that's the number of times I've heard that phrase, welcome back, or welcome home, or whatever, welcome, made me realize the island hadn't changed, because what was really the base of the value of this island and in my experiences were the people, and reinforcing, getting to know the people again, getting to know lots of new people, getting to all the warm welcomes we've gotten around this island, simply reinforced and replicated what we got originally when we came as Peace Corps volunteers. We were so warmly welcomed, and it folded into the community on Saipan when we came. And that is what I've realized being back here is what's all about, the important part about being back here. So the island has changed, but people have changed, but the warmth of that welcome is still here. And the warmth of being embraced into the community and the culture is what we really appreciate.
Watch the full conversation on Your Humanities Half-Hour with Catherine Perry this Thursday evening at 7 p.m. right here on KSPN2, or see it in repeat on Saturday evening, also right here at 7 p.m. It's not so very busy these days at Saipan International, but the flight from Guam is still arriving, and those arrivals are still happy to be here. Welcome to Saipan. A Hawaiian plate lunch is an amalgam of cultures crowded onto a single plate. Michael Chabelle, arriving from Guam, is not unlike a Hawaiian plate lunch. Part Japanese, Filipino, and Hawaiian, now living on Guam, Michael is all of that except the macaroni salad.
Actually, my parents are from the Philippines, so like my mom is from the Philippines, and then my dad is from Hawaii. This is my first time here in Saipan.
Oh, okay,
yes.
okay.
Yeah, so I wanted, so I've heard so much stuff about it, and then I just wanted to experience how it is here in Saipan and what's the living life, and also like trying out like the food compared to like what's from Guam, and then I just wanted to see how it is over here in Saipan.
And how did you initially hear about Saipan?
So you know, I have a lot of like friends that are from Saipan. You know, like growing up from like going to school in Guam. So like they told me like a lot of great stuff about Saipan, like all the like the sightseeings, and then also like hiking and everything. So that's what I wanted to experience here today at Saipan.
Michael and his mom will be here for 5 days. If you see them, give a wave. Lee and Elizabeth Plisco have lived on Saipan for 13 years now. Lee had some business dealings on Guam.
I'm glad to be back on Saipan. Nothing against Guam, but yeah, I'm glad to be back on Saipan. There's one thing that I appreciate about that's common on a lot of islands, which is everyone looking out for everyone else, and that sense of community that's been lost in a lot of the post-industrialized big city world. So I appreciate that about Saipan, and
that's why we moved here, for that.
But post-industrial big city ennui is not the only reason they will stay here on their island home.
You know, we've been here for a while. Our 3 kids are here. My oldest daughter's married a local guy, so I have my first grandson now. You know, he's Chamorro, so we feel pretty connected here now.
Why do I suspect that your bags are filled with gifts for your first grandson? Francisco Sanchez Jr. arrives home from Guam.
Went over to Guam for a medical appointment covered by the Department of Veterans Affairs, and I'm back on Saipan.
Francisco was regular Army active duty. His military experience was
good and bad. I learned a lot. The easy way and the hard way, the best of both worlds.
Welcome home, sir. And sadly leaving Saipan to return to Guam, Celine, originally from Jacksonville, Florida, by way of Puerto Rico, that lovely island.
We're a wholesale of electrical, plumbing, HVAC, and building materials, and we have a couple of customers here on island. No family here, but everybody that we've come in contact with has become family to us.
Okay. And if you don't mind me asking, are you Chamorro or something?
No, I'm actually Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican, all right. And this is your first time here in Saipan?
This is my first time here in Saipan, and it is absolutely beautiful. I want to come back. I want to stay a lot longer. I was only here for a day, but man, it's so beautiful.
What else really stood out to you about Saipan?
Just the people here, just so kind, loving, and just like treat you like family, and I love that so much. It's very similar to Puerto Rican culture, so it was very nice to everybody that I came in contact with.
All right. Any final thoughts? Anything else you'd like to say?
No, I can't wait to come back. Thank you.
Michael, Lee, and Elizabeth, and Francisco, welcome back. Welcome to Saipan, and welcome home. To Celine, Señorita de la Luna. In Puerto Rico, we say adios, but not here. Until we meet again in Saipan, adios. Adios. Coming up in good sports, a Japanese basketball club dives into the grotto before drinking in the Saipan sunset. Stay tuned. Next.
Welcome to Marianas Beach Resort, and now welcome to Marianas Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, desserts, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Marianas Coffee at Marianas Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style.
Motivation isn't always easy to come by. Thankfully, there's one place that continues to ignite my willpower. This one place provides me with the knowledge and support I need to grow, so I can continue to become a better version of myself. This is where I discovered my passion, where I achieved successes that made me proud. It's home to where I improved my performance, seeing the opportunity in every challenge. And when doubt creeps inside and I think about giving up, I remember the heroes who've also called this place home. And just like them, I know that every last rep is always a beginning. No matter how hard it gets, nothing can stop me. I will always come back stronger because I'm part of a legacy.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas, sports fans. From the basketball court to the island of Saipan, a team from Japan is traveling outside of their country together for the very first time, and they choose to visit us. Our Sakuraka Halstead reports.
I'm Hana.
I'm Hina.
I'm Toko.
I'm Yori.
I'm Hizuru.
I'm Ena.
And we're here from Japan.
This friend group has known each other since middle school. They were all part of the basketball club at their junior high and high school. This is how they heard about Saipan.
Well, to be honest, I think that my mother kind of introduced the idea to me. I feel like it might be a little bit more popular amongst like our parents' age group. For us, it was kind of like a once-in-a-life opportunity. No one else had been here before, and it seemed like a really lovely place.
Hana says since graduating school with their respective daily schedules, they are only able to spend time together twice or 3 times a year. This is their first time traveling together outside the country.
I'm excited to check out the sunset, just, chill by the beach, maybe with a drink.
The girls avail to a snorkeling tour in the Blue Cave of Grotto and go sightseeing up north as they look forward to a Saipan sunset at the end of the day. This is how they feel about their trip.
サイパンの人たちに一言
Or just in general, if you want to say.
なんか言いたいこと I guess not. We're very introverted, but everyone's been really lovely so far, and we love the country.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas driving range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight, partly cloudy with a 20% chance of isolated showers, with low temperatures around 77 degrees. Tomorrow, Thursday, a continuation of drought conditions with only a 20% chance of showers and high temperatures of 88 degrees and lows in the upper 70s. The sun has set tonight at 6:36 p.m. and will rise tomorrow at 5:51 a.m. Just in time for the crews to start setting up for the evening's Saipan Street Market. Someone will be tuning his or her ukulele. Someone else will be cleaning his or her grass skirt. Someone will be wiping the sleep from his or her eyes. But I will definitely still be asleep, but possibly dreaming of Tahitian dance until the neighbor's rooster crows. And I will see you then in the water or on the land. Well, that is news, good sports, and weather, CNMI. We will see you again on Friday.